Hey guys, and welcome back down the creek. So today we're going to be talking about some really cool things that I picked up for my boat this year. Most of them pertain to either baits or storage of baits. So you're going to want to check out this video, guys, so stay tuned. Let's get into it. Guys, so I'm going through the boat and getting it ready for the year, and I wanted to talk about some things that I picked up this year to kind of help me either store things or some new baits and some new things I want to try. I have a 16-foot tiller, as you can see the motor's right here, and because I have a smaller boat and the area that I live in, it's kind of like it's good for small inland lakes, but it's not so good for Erie, but it works pretty decent for the Detroit River. I fish a lot on the Huron River. I fish a lot on the Raisin River and a lot of the little inland lakes. We went fishing on Belleville Lake. That was 2 episodes ago, and we had some luck, so check that out. So that being said, I really have to pick techniques that work well with what I can do within my limitations. And I also have to be very smart with how I put things away because I have such limited space. I got a little rod locker that can hold some rods. I got one compartment up front that holds tackle. My battery's in there as well, and anything else I store. And then I actually do store a couple of things in my live well, i.e. my net. So my net gets stored in there for storage, and if I'm catching fish, the net comes out, the fish go in the live well, and I put the net in the back of the truck. So that being said, I really have to be neat and organized with what I do. So one of the things I picked up for storage this year is this from Bass Pro Shops, and it's a storage bag for my bottom bouncers. So we'll get into the bottom bouncers here right after. Right, so I picked this up, but the one thing I didn't like is how I had my worm harnesses in here. So we'll talk about that in a minute too. So because I live right near the Detroit River, walleye is something that I really am trying to figure out. And I'm going to try and pull some bottom bouncers with crawler harnesses this year. That's something that's on my bucket list of things to do this year. And I'm going to try and film that and let you guys see how it goes. So I've never done it before. I'm going to try it. I picked up bottom bouncers, a handful of them in different weights. I picked up a couple different styles, and I picked up some walleye worm harnesses with the spinner blades. And actually I seen these today, the Yakima Walleye rigs, the spin and glow rigs. I'm going to try these too because I actually picked up the bottom walkers from Yakima with the spin and glow right on the bottom bouncer. So I'm going to try that out and see how that goes. And, you know, like I said, I like to keep things neat, so I picked up this here. These are the Lindy box for storing your harnesses. So we're going to use this to try and stay organized. And, you know, depending on what I'm going for, I have to be able to take tackle in and out because I only have so much space. So having a neat way to store things is going to be really important. Because when I'm not running crawler harnesses, I don't need this in the boat. It'll come out and it'll go in my storage area for where I store my tackle. Now, if you know if you know the answer to this, let me know in the comments because this is new to me. I'm just trying this out. But I see a lot of people use actual real night crawlers, but I watched this guy that was using Wyandotte worms, basically. If you don't know what a Wyandotte worm is, I better have some Wyandotte worms. Right here, it's a Wyandotte worm. It's just a rubber worm. He was using Wyandotte worms on his crawler harnesses, and he said that he stopped using real worms years ago and had switched to fake worms. So I'm going to try both. I'm going to get some crawlers, obviously, but I'm going to try one of my rods will have a fake worm on there. And I like scenting my soft plastics or stuff because I think scent is very important for catching fish. But you know, with the Nightcrawler scent, you know, I've seen the guys from Fishing 411, they swear by it, but they're sponsored by it, so I don't know how well it's going to work. I know for a fact that Carp absolutely crush Procure's corn scent. I have a lot of luck with that, so I picked up some Super Gel. Let's see, focus, Nightcrawler. So let's see, focus on that. There you go, some Nightcrawler. And I'm gonna try when I'm pulling harnesses. I'm gonna put a little on the blade and see if it gives me an edge. Maybe I'll do one with, one without. Maybe I'll try putting the Wyandotte worm in with some Nightcrawler scent and see if I have just as much luck on that rod as I do the other. We're gonna give it a try. But anyways, I picked that up. That's pretty cool. So I also picked this up right here. Now, those of you that like to fish with snells, hook and worms, this is kind of more or less for bank fishing. But what I picked this up for is my hair rigs, right? So if you ever watched a video of me catching carp or catfish, you'll find that I like pack bait. Matter of fact, I did a couple videos about it, and I like using a hair rig. So I got me a storage box. I'm going to start tying up my hair rigs in advance and putting them in the storage box. So the only thing that bums me out about this is its size. It doesn't fit in my box. So I still have my box. That's my bank box. That's where I do most of my bank fishing. If I'm going to be doing a bank presentation from the boat, I just put the box in the boat. This will be for the boat specifically. I'm probably going to put some hair rigs in this, and I'm going to add a couple of method leads and some beads and some swivels to my setup here on the boat. So if I know I'm just going to go do carp, which is actually what's set up here, right? I have all the gear that I need on the boat ready to go. I don't have to bring my bank box. Or maybe I didn't expect to be fishing that way and I decided, hey, let's stop and get some corn and some oatmeal and some other things that I put in my pack bait. There's a video on that. I'll link it right here. Then, you know, I'm rigged up ready to go. So, and then also I added this, and if you see in the last video I showed you how to make these, but I decided that this is like my go-to comfort bait for bass, walleye, soft plastic. So I've got me a little box, and it's actually going to store up either in the rod locker or in the back here. Probably in the back here is most likely. And it's because I can get to it quick and easy. I can throw it on and ready to go. I throw that when I'm throwing a soft plastic 90% of the time, so I want to be able to access it quickly. It was my go-to the other day when I went fishing. You know, I wasn't having any luck sitting still. I decided to drift and spin and cast some plastics. Kelly was throwing a Hottentot for walleye, and I was throwing that, and I ended up catching a pretty decent walleye, guys. So check that video out. I'll link it here as well. So if you want any of this stuff that we talked about, I'll see if I can find links, and I'll throw it in the description for you. And see, make sure that when you're buying your gear, you know, yes, I went to Cabela's and I bought some of their soft plastics. I bought some of their spinners. And you know what? I do go to Cabela's for the things that I can't find locally. But even though I went all the way to Cabela's, I didn't buy my jig heads there. I went to my local bait shop and bought them. I didn't buy my Procure there. I went to my local bait shop and bought it. And because, like, if we don't support these small bait shops, guys, they're going to go away. And they're so important to us in our sport to really support the local guys, the small guys, because they're the guys that are in the area where we're fishing, and they keep the things that work, and they give you advice, and there's just more to it. You go to Cabela's, you're going to get everything, but you already need to know what you're looking for. You can go into your local bait shop, at least around here, and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Can you give me an advice? And they'll set you up with what they know. They'll share that knowledge. And they carry the things that work in your area. So if you're in your local bait shop and you're finding things that are going to probably work for you, or if you say, hey, what works around here? I want to catch this species. A lot of times they'll have a suggestion for you. So make sure you support your local bait shop, guys, and I think I'll keep this one short and simple. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time here and On the Creek. Remember, guys, get out there and live, and have a good day and tight lines. See you later.